Play of the game.
We still need you.
Hello everyone, welcome to the guide on how to play a very aggressive Mercy. Well, maybe not very aggressive, but still an aggressive Mercy nonetheless. But first, we must get into her kit. Mercy's kit. She starts off with 200 HP, very normal for DPSs and healers of the like. But first, her passive. Her passive is called Regeneration. What it does is it automatically heals you over time. But the way it procs is you need to have not taken damage for 1 second out of combat. And it heals for 20 HP per second. Very good, because you don't need to constantly keep running to med kits, unlike certain DPSs, to constantly heal yourself. So it's very good for getting out of combat, staying behind your team, and keeping yourself healthy along with your teammates with your heal. Speaking of her heal, her primary fire is this. She creates a little beam that heals allies for 55 HP per second. Now, she used to do 50, and when she first came out, it used to be 60 health per second. But now they found a little midpoint to keep it at 55, which is still very good.
Stay here.
The main reason you want to keep using the heal is obviously to keep your teammates alive. But you also have a damage boost. The damage boost, what that does is it gives you a 35% damage increase. It's quite stupid. If you give it to an Ashe, she can one-shot headshot people at 200 HP. If you give it to a Widow and she manages to headshot tanks, it will destroy their health bar. Anybody with a damage boost will do 35% extra damage, and it is amazing. More people need to use that, I'm telling you. Her third ability is Res. What this does is a 2-second delay, and she will bring a character back to life. No matter how much HP, who it is, it takes 2 seconds, and it will bring them back up. The only downside is when you is the distance. So you have to be right in front of them to actually get the res off. So let's say you're resing and then you get knocked away. So wait for it to come back. So that's the distance. It's pretty, you don't need to be right up in their face, but you need to be a decent distance in. So what happens is if you get knocked away, but let's say a Winston or a Reinhardt who's just meleeing the shit out of you, you will get pushed away and the res will get canceled, and now you just wasted your res and it's on a 30-second cooldown. Sucks to suck, I know. Now, let's get into the meat and bones of why I made this. It's this fucking thing that no one pulls out for some goddamn reason. The pistol. It has no damage fall off, first of all, and it travels at 50 meters a second. So I could be right up in their face, keep shooting. Now you may say, wow, that does like no damage, because it does 20 damage per shot. But the headshot, it can kill any squishy in 5 shots. So if you are a really good shot, all you need to do is land 5 headshots and they're dead. So the fun way of playing it is you just go around, you're healing your teammates, flying around and shit. You go around, and the best way to want to pull out your pistol is when you're in the middle of combat. So let's say you are with your teammate and there's one person left out alive and the person you're healing doesn't need to be healed. You can just straight up pull out the pistol and start shooting them yourself, take their kill, and then they'll probably be pissed at you because you just took one of their kills. But who cares, right? You want to be a self-sufficient, aggressive Mercy. You don't need no motherfucking DPS to teach you how to goddamn play. Or, you know, you're just sick of your team not being able to do anything, so you just kind of shoot the shit out of the enemy, and then you feel good because you just killed someone as a Mercy. Bonus points for teabagging, by the way. Good shit. Good shit right there. The last thing you want to know is her ult. Her ult gives her unlimited ammo with her pistol, so she doesn't need to reload, and she has a tethered heal. I believe the healing increases to 60 health per second, but it also gives a tethered damage boost as well. And also, you can constantly fly. So that means if you hold the jump button, instead of gliding down, you'll fly upwards. And you'll constantly be flying upwards until, the duration ends. Now, that's where you can do some crazy shit. So if your team needs healing more than damage, focus on your teammates, obviously. But stay in the air unless there is like a Widow or Ashe or any, what is it? Massive brain fart, I know. Any hit scan character. So these blasters, you'll be fine. Unless they're some god at leading their shots. So if you see any hit scan characters like Widow or Ashe or Soldier, stay by your team while you're doing your ult, so you don't get headshot out of the air. But if they have a lack of hit scan, go in the air and go crazy. If your team is fine, you can either damage boost or go in with an unlimited ammo pistol. Or just a pistol that doesn't need to reload. And I'm telling you, you could get a lot of kills. And the best part about playing Mercy is people will try and rush you down because you're a Mercy. They'll think, oh, it's just a Mercy, what she can do, can't do a lot of damage. You just whip out this thing, and if you know how to land your shots, you could destroy any squishy that comes up to you. Or if you get lucky, you may be able to take down a DPS. Roadhog is actually probably the easiest out of all of them. Unless they're really good at landing their hooks, then you will get fucked up. Any character that has a pull or hit scan will screw you up. Or any very aggressive tank, like Winston or Wrecking Ball, aka Hammond. Alright, so it says that on the Overwatch wiki for Mercy, it is often better to boost an ally's damage rather than pull out the caduceus blaster, aka her pistol. Yeah, sounds like BS to me. The best part about using her pistol is when you're just pocketing an ally, and then you just see a single DPS, like, oh, like an also Lonely McCree. You just go up, pull out the pistol, and fucking start blasting. The best part about when playing Mercy is people just coming at you thinking, oh, look at them, they're just a Mercy, you're just a little bitch, I'm gonna free kill. Look at my ult, it's gonna go up. Nah. If you have a good ass shot, you just pull out the gun, start blasting. Cool? Cool. And the best part is that when you go into Valkyrie, like I said, you have infinite ammo. So you can do one of two things. If your team needs more healing, you obviously stay in the back, heal them up, and be like, okay, cool, I'm doing my job. But if your team doesn't need healing and they're kicking ass, why don't you join the fight? Pull it out! Start shooting! Come on, don't be a bitch! You have it for a reason. I get so pissed when I see Mercies, when I go up to them, and they don't pull out the pistol. I'm right in their face, and they just go, oh, look at me, I'm a bitch, just fly away! Come on! You can do better than that. You have a gun for a reason. Pull it out. That's what I like to do. Just go up to Mercies while I'm playing Mercy, and I just put my mic like really close to my face and just like, pull out the gun. Pull out the gun, Mercy. Come on. Pull it out. Pull it out, and then they die. Like, come on. You can do better than that. And the best part is when you're playing Mercy and the other person's playing Mercy. And then you both pull out the pistol, and then it's like the greatest fight known to man. It's just that good. So basically, it's a battle for the headshots. So obviously, you're playing a support hero. You want to stay behind your team and keep them up. If you can't go on the offense, then just don't do it, obviously. Your team, obviously, needs more priority than you going out there being a dumbass and throwing yourself in front of the enemy and shooting the shit out of them. I mean, hey, if you kill them all, good on you, right? Yeah. But the one thing I will say, there's always a time to be offensive, and most of the time you play defensive. Now me, I kind of say fuck that. Simple as that. But obviously, prioritize your team first. But if your team is fine, and you think they're fine, or if they're just straight up dumbasses and can't aim, then you take care of it. Simple as that. If your team is starting to be like, oh, god damn, you're just looking at them like, ugh, come on, kill them already. Then do it. Just do it. Just go in there with a pistol if you think you have the balls to do it and shoot them up. One little thing I will say, and here's the thing I personally love to do. If I see a Widow just out in the back shooting your team and you have your ult, or if you don't have your ult, you can just start doing pot shots at them to get them out of position and they'll run away so your team has time to push. And also so they, you know, don't get their heads blown off. The second thing is Pharah. So, obviously, your pistol is not going to work when shooting Pharah. So, if you have your ult, this is the best time to do it. Because your team, if they don't have any hit scan or not taking care of the Pharah, you take care of it. Pop your ult, fly up in the air, go up in their face, and start blasting. I say I start blasting a lot, but that's basically what you do. You just go up in their face and shoot the shit out of them. And then you win. 90% of the time. So, obviously, the one problem is tanks. Tanks are gonna be your biggest downfall. Fuck you, Winston. Winston will kick your ass. All he needs to do is just run up to you and hold down the attack button as he just teases the shit out of you. Reinhardt, you might have an easier time because he has to go in melee range. So when he's running up to you and you have a teammate, fly away to them and start shooting them. They pull up their shield and that means you did a job well done. They're scared of you. You have literally just terrified a tank as Mercy with a pistol. Congratulations. Diva, you might have an easier time considering her hitbox is very easy to hit. Her crit hitbox, yeah, that's what it is. Sigma, I'm not really sure. I haven't really shot that many Sigmas, mainly because I never get in matchups with Sigma. And Roadhog? Oh, Roadhog's the fun one. You can easily 1v1 a Roadhog if they're really bad at aiming. Seriously.
Badass, you wanna go?
You can 1v1 a Roadhog, even if they heal. If they heal while you're shooting them.
What's this?
And it's a 1v1 I'm talking about. And you win, you automatically know you won because they healed, and then you get bonus points if you kill them. Now, one thing I will say, every time you kill someone as Mercy, you are legally obligated to teabag them. I don't care what anyone says. You are legally obligated to teabag them. Now, there is some defensive play you can do. No shit, you're playing Mercy, you have to be. Use your team as meat shields. So, obviously, you can't just go in there on your own and think you can take on the entire team. Yeah, you just can't do that. You just can't. Unless you are really ballsy or really stupid. Or the team is just that bad. Enemy team, to be specific. But the thing is when you're Mercy, you have health regen. So you can just get out of combat and it's like, okay, I got a little bit health in, I'll go back out and then you shoot the shit out of them. Simple as that. But there's obviously times where you're fighting a DPS that you can't fight by yourself. So what you do is you cower behind your teammates, let them be meat shields, let them die, and then you take the kill for yourself. Ain't that just nice? Yeah, that does sound nice of you stealing your teammates' kills, and then they'll probably flame you because they wanted their ult. Who knows? But just saying, ranked, you might want to be careful with playing this in ranked, because your team will probably flame you for not keeping them alive more, but you just pulling out the pistol and shooting, you know, basically the entire enemy team while your team dies behind you. So maybe it could, I think it would work in ranked. Up to diamond, I think it would work. Maybe someone can prove me wrong, I'm not sure, but just keep that in mind that you have to be careful. But you could always, but there's always the option of YOLO. I like to do YOLO strats half the time.
Be right back.
Also, a little
Good
thing I like to do is, let's say a teammate dies, and you're still fighting someone. If you think that you can get the res off while they're shooting you, or if you're in your ult, go for the res. Go for the res. I call that a YOLO res. YOLO reses are fun to do, because you're just in the middle of a fight, instead of being behind your teammates while they're protecting you, you can just get them, res them, and then hope for the best. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You'll res a tank, and then they'll be like, oh, well, and then they'll die again because they apparently don't know how to aim, or they just ran in there by themselves.